Hi everyone, welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Welcome to your daily Sun Sign Love Connection readings and to December 14th, 2020. Wow. I have my water just in case I'm feeling a little something going on there. New total solar eclipse of the sun in Sagittarius is today. So this is big and beautiful and bold and optimistic and powerful. And it's really just like with every new moon, but especially a solar eclipse, for heaven's sakes, in Sagittarius, it is about intentions and new beginnings and absolute belief and strength, motivation, fired up, with the fiery energy of Sagittarius. I'm going to light your new moon intentions candle like I always do every new moon, but this one has so much more meaning in so many ways, and all the revealing of this new moon may be felt today. It's very possible. You may find out something about a new endeavor, a new relationship, a new idea, a new inspiration that'll hit you today, and it'll just maybe come out of nowhere, or maybe it's just you're finally at this place where you say, it's happening, I'm ready. I'm feeling like I can really move forward now and trust and believe and educate myself, the higher learning aspect of Sagittarius, the optimism of Jupiter being the ruling planet of Sagittarius. I mean, it expands what it touches. It's lucky, it's opportunities, it's love, it's everything. It's magic. And life is magic. I'm so excited. I love and have written down my intentions. I find that they are much more powerful when we do that. And just know that, please, it doesn't mean you have to come up with some grandiose idea or you're going to come into just millions and millions of dollars overnight, and nothing of that sort, but just that you have everything it takes, and the positive attitude is essential for moving forward and manifesting things that you want. It won't necessarily happen today. It can happen for months afterwards, the effects and the way that the story, as it were, unravels, which is what eclipses basically are. They're here to tell us things, to teach us things. As I've always said, they can bring things into your life quickly or take them out. I've had that happen with other eclipses, with family members and so forth. It's just, we don't always know. But I'm telling you right now, with the other planetary aspects, like I believe it's Jupiter and Venus that are conjuncting in some way today too. It's powerfully beautiful and optimistic, and truth is evident and imminent in this time, which is something that really matters to Sagittarians as well. And then the featured sign for today is the last sign, as I go around the zodiac signs for the beginning of the month, which is now, like I said, the 14th. So we're heading into our mid-month readings tomorrow, and it's going to be for Pisces. It'll be in the description as well. And I love Pisces. I appreciate you. I appreciate your patience for being the last one I read for. I did look up and see as far as your highlighted connection, and the last mid-month and last month and stuff was with Pisces, it was with Leo, and it was with Capricorn. So let's see what Spirit has in mind for you today. As I'm shaking this and doing this random choice that Spirit is allowing and aligning with, there we have Taurus. It's Earth for you a lot, Piscean, and I know why, because it's very, very complimentary for you, and it's necessary in so many ways, and I'll talk about that. We're going to stick with Taurus, and it's a beautiful combination. I love the elements of Earth and water together. They're very well suited, very complementary, and very different in so many ways, and yet they work together, because a lot of oppositions always seem to attract and fulfill ourselves and help each other to learn and to grow. But what I wanted to say was, the Pisces is such a very intelligent and very old soul kind of vibe, and I know it's not an accident they're the last sign of the zodiac, because they've taken in so much of life and They understand it from a very deep and emotional part of them. They're water. They live their life through emotion, but there's this unbelievable knowing. It's just a knowing with Pisceans. They're very intuitive, very perceptive, very, very in tune. And I always say they're very apathetic in many ways. They're very capable of taking on people's pain and suffering, which is a situation where they have to be very aware. They have to, bless themselves, guard themselves, and do whatever they need to do to kind of ward off extra energies coming at them. I always say, for myself as a Pisces rising, I definitely need time to be still and to rebuild my energy. As a massage therapist, Reiki master practitioner, all of that comes into play. The times I didn't, I literally, this is my analogy for it, I would feel like a Picasso painting. It would just be like, whoa, where am I? I needed to feel this ground, and that's where I love this highlighted connection of Taurus for you. Now, I want to make a small introduction for those that are new. First of all, welcome, and I appreciate you being here. Stick around, I would love that. Come on back. Subscribe, like, all the beautiful things you can do to support the channel for free. It means a lot, and it really helps me to grow this channel. And what I want to say is that, this grounded part that happens now, I know what I was going to say. So the new people, what I do is I pick the feature sign, and go around the zodiac wheel, so you know what day you're going to be. And I just keep going around that, and there's usually 2 times in a month, right? If you do the math for each 12 signs. The latter part of the month, when it's extras, I'll do extra different things. Then I pick the highlighted, which is random through Spirit. So Spirit wants you to know whether you're single, with somebody, wanting to be, about to be, thinking about, and all of the above, variables. It's some connection that's important for you to know about, and it could be very fruitful. It could be something to be concerned or aware of and maybe protected from. I don't have those answers. The messages from the Tarot that I then read this 3 major categories for usually will come forth in that regard to give you answers that way. And then I am using the Art Nouveau Tarot. I change up my decks every month, and I'm actually going to change another Oracle message card deck for starting mid-months, because I have a special one in mind, and I like to change it up, and they're all very, very genuinely filled with love and authenticity to share with you messages that you need to know and hear, and that want to uplift you and guide you and protect you and allow you to do exactly what you choose to with the information, right, at all times. So the beautiful, beautiful, watery, receptive energy of Piscean is hard to mistake. You know that when you feel them. You sense that they have this spirituality to them. And that's something that's always been a part of their life, always will be. It's what they're born with. They are a mutable sign. They are the 2 fishes going in opposite directions. So there's the duality to them. There's the desire to kind of go with the flow and the currents of life. They don't want to really have a lot of confrontation, and they're very sensitive to disruption or crudeness or ugliness and all those things. It doesn't bode well with their physicality or mentality, and their psyche. So you're going to notice that about them a lot. That lends them to be very interested in catering to the arts and their creativity, which is extremely notable. Go down the line of celebrities and of all different types, musicians, actors, writers, you name it, and they are Pisces. And even the head of big corporations, which is not something you would imagine a Piscean necessarily gravitating towards, but they do, because they can do anything. It has a lot to do with their other planets, so I would imagine that's a big part of why they would be in a conformed kind of atmosphere, like a corporation type of setting, because a lot of times Pisceans like to have their own gig, right? They're entrepreneurs. They can handle it. They're very good at that. They have their own time. They can allow themselves, the balance they need to give everything that they give, and then also be able to, once again, regenerate and re-establish, a sense of balance and strength again. And just, I don't know, they're the most caring people. You know, they're selfless. They want to do so much for the world, for humanity. Extremely interested in esoteric and mundane things. That's just a part of what they love, the mysterious aspects. You know, they historically have always been known to be ruled by Jupiter, and I'm sticking with that. But the secondary one, the more modern ruler, has been Neptune. So that only adds to this amazing artistry and creativity and unknown, hidden kind of realm that Neptune, the god of Neptune from the underworld, you know, the whole aspect of things that we're not necessarily seeing but are very, very clearly happening in the watery, you know, underground of our lives. That is pretty fascinating, and I know a lot of people are drawn to that, even if you're not a Pisces. I'm becoming more interested. It's amazing. So yeah, you're going to be pretty amazed at the way that a Piscean can be very, very changeable and like a chameleon, as they say. They can adapt very well and they're very impressionable, so they will take on things sometimes to their demise, so they have to be careful, and you have to want to protect that. And that's where I love this Taurus, because it's so different. And Taurus is a beautiful earth, strong sign that's very, very grounded, very practical, very matter of fact, you know, systematic, routine, accountable, reliable. You know, you can pretty much guess what they're going to be doing on a regular basis annually, right? Because they don't like change that much. So, you know, it's just this beautiful sense of security, I guess. And, you know, I don't know, accountability is what keeps coming into my mind. You know, there's that strength in them that you really can admire. They're ruled by Venus. So there's that beautiful, loving, compassionate, creative parts of Taurus as well. That's a nice, you know, synchronistic energy between the two of you, Pisces and Taurus. And, you know, they love all the senses, and you're very much about feeling too. So that's really beautiful on many levels, if you can imagine. Tauruses are fixed. They're very much set in their opinions and their ideas. They have amazing voices a lot of times, and they're very, very good with singing, perhaps, and the arts. Once again, maybe you two can be beautiful in writing and performing music. I mean, the list goes on and on. This is a gorgeous coupling that I love to see and have seen many times throughout the years. And so for some reason, you are being highlighted today, and I want to read to you the beautiful messages that are coming through for you on this new total eclipse of the sun in Sagittarius. The first card is your category of overall energies that brought you to this reading. And you got the Six of Wands. Talk about fire energy, boy. 6, that is the house that Piscean resides in, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, I apologize. It depends on your chart. So let me rephrase that. 6 is about our balancing ourselves. It's about our health, well-being, and so forth. And I still want to go back to say that I think that for some reason the 6th house is representative of Pisces, because you are about health and well-being, and you are generally very, very capable of healing yourself and others. That's another beautiful trait and gift that you have been bestowed. So yeah, finding the balance, but victorious, beautiful energy. Coming through this hard stuff. Coming through the fight for, you know, making things happen and motion and going forward if you've been stuck or if you've been held back like we have this year, right? Common energy for everybody, but no, there's help in your community, there's recommendation, there is accredited, notable, you know, you're in the limelight is what I want to say. So the two of you really feeling pretty amazing right now. And this energy is only going to help that. You see and feel optimism for what's coming ahead, and it's going to be slow. Changes are slow a lot of times, but you know the worst is over. You would be correct about that. And you have that sixth sense to understand that, Pisces. So the two of you together are really going to just travel in beautiful ways that are going to be forward movement. You've got the Earth and the Pisces working with this fire energy in Sagittarius season, solar eclipse, and then also Mars has gone, station forward, so that affects you too and energizes you even more. Great community, like I said, help with others, people wanting to contribute and to work with you. I love that. That's gorgeous. Beautiful message. The second category is it's the possible blessings or obstacles for the two of you. And you have the King of Pentacles. So, wow. Well, the major planets are still in Capricorn. We're about to enter Capricorn season on the 21st when the changing of the guard, so to speak, happens, where Pluto, is it Pluto? It's definitely Saturn and Jupiter will change from Capricorn to Aquarius. So last week, and just really standing strong, and the maturity of your security is really kicking in now. You have worked hard. You have worked hard, Taurus. That's you. That's the Earth. Those are the coins and pentacles. You've wanted to establish a definite, permanent residence with each other with this connection. You're interested in finding, more prosperous ways to elevate your lives together, perhaps, because this is what this indicates with the King of Pentacles. And it's from hard work and perseverance that's even made this possible. So utilize this new energy with the solar eclipse. Bring it into your souls and know you can and will continue to achieve. I consider this a beautiful blessing. You also may have very prominent, either in your charts or around your situation, friends, family, relatives of some sort, work relationships that are either Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo as well. But I feel like it's you, Taurus. Standing strong, wanting to protect, wanting to grow and live the life of luxury that you know so well you are capable of, especially with that Venus, ruler, because it's about money. And you definitely are one of those people that people can go to talk about money. You know how to handle it. You know the meaning of it, and that's gorgeous. The last is about the category of finances, so, or tangible things, things we can touch and feel and bring into our lives to bring, once again, that feeling of stability. And you, once again, have the wands. You're very much affected by this in a beautiful, positive way, this energy coming from the Sagittarius new moon today. And it just so happens then the moon goes into Capricorn later this evening. So there you go again. But let's stick with this particular energy and message, which is the Three of Wands. So this is absolute cooperation, collaboration, growth. You have the 1, the 2, and the 3, and it's still growing in regards to your money and your investments and your ideas and your intentions, once again. It's prosperity. It is dreaming the dream. You visualize it, you're feeling it, and it's coming into play. And as I said, no matter what has stopped during the year or what was questioned, which many of us have in regards to money, is going to be much, much clearer with the effects of this new moon and the very, very prominent energy of truth and motivation moving forward, instigating, starting, beginnings. That is phenomenal. Now that tells me a lot about your capabilities, but also how Spirit and really is working on your behalf. Keep it going, boy. Keep that belief system going within yourself. Feel the trust. Feel the capabilities that you have, and never, never let go of those. That's the biggest, message I can come and bring from this reading, but also just this energy that I'm speaking of. Just knowing, and it doesn't have to be big. It can be the smallest thing. It can be just your idea. Holding on to it by hook or by crook, no matter what comes your way. and knowing that the persistence and that trust is going to really just blow it up. You wait and see the energy changes you're going to feel. I'm going to bring back my astrology wheel now and read a special message for every other zodiac sign in connection with the beautiful energies of Pisces. So, stick around once again because they're quick. I'm shortening the definitions about each the sun sign themselves. But the message is important for you, and I pray that you resonate right off the bat. So we're going to go right from the Taurus to Sagittarius and Pisces. I love this combination. I like the fire and water. It's super, I wanted to say dramatic at times because it can be. You figure, and I always use an analogy of, putting water and fire together. What happens? It heats up, it steams, and it boils. And you don't want it to overboil, and you don't want it to get too hot and burn you, but you want that excitement and that tension that comes from it, right? That's how things get done a lot of times. And they do. Very creative energies for the two of you. So you've got the beautiful new moon in Sagittarius. You've got the influences of the positivity that comes and the optimism with the Jupiterian ruled Sagittarian. Half man, half horse, inspirational, motivated, energetic, interested in travel and foreign countries, and everything is important to them. Everything is exciting to them. They see things from a point of view of yes, yes, and yes. They're yes people. And they shoot that arrow, like I said, and they have their dreams, and they will not give up until they have found and pursued them. And they are very exciting and adventurous, very freedom-seeking, loving, truth-seeking people. And they're very, very candid and very authentic and very real, and you're sensitive, right, Pisces? You get like, ooh, did you have to say it like that? I mean, you're so truthful about it, right? But you love them for that. And they love you too. Very, very deeply passionate, loving people, very generous, very caring. And so they're mutable like you. So they're very adaptable, and the two of you probably wanted to see the world and do all sorts of things and plan your vacations right now, which could be a very big part of what this new moon will create for you. Let's see what your message says. You've got the Page of Swords, so there's a lot of information, new information. Information that's going to lead to clarity of speech, clarity of information coming in. It could have to do with the child. I mean, you might be thinking about wanting to have children. It's at the beginning stages when it's the page, but it's about, once again, the air quality, which is the mind. Thoughts, expression, bringing out, vocalizing, connecting, communicating, and truth, justice, fairness. That's what this represents. And it could have to do with money. It could definitely be, having to do with money and institutions and, government perhaps. Coming to an agreement, that's fair and just, and that helps all of us in a beautiful way. So be prepared for hearing with this new moon, especially this date, and you know what's going on. I'm not going to elaborate on that. So I like that a lot for you. Scorpio and Pisces, beautiful, beautiful energies, both water signs. Scorpio is every bit as sensitive as you are. They're even deeper, though, in a lot of ways. They're ruled by Pluto, and that's the most transformational, I would say really almost the most difficult, because it really makes us see inside of ourselves who we are and how we can transform, how we can succeed, regardless of our darkness and our shadowy side and the things that we don't particularly like about us. It helps us to move and remove things and start over and transform and reestablish and, reinvent is the way I like to look at it. Scorpio is very passionate. They have had and continue to have the tail end of Venus in their sign. And so really beautiful, loving energies can be a part of what's happening. And I am focusing more on romantic right now. So you might want to go to the next level. You might just want to cement the deal. Christmas, commit, get married, have your family, whatever it is. It's really, really passionate and very emotionally centered. And we have the fixed aspect of Scorpio. So they're very determined, and they are very set in their ideas, and it's pretty black and white, and you never miss, and a moment of knowing what they're thinking, because they're right out there with you. And they want you. They want to be possessive, and they want to love you fully and completely. And you have the Nine of Pentacles, so I love this. This is definitely that independence that you have achieved through these times of maybe not seeing each other, or not being able to be in touch with each other, or even have help from others. You've really managed to stay connected to your roots, your grounded energy, which is what the Pentacles are. You've listened to the knowledge, which is what I think the bird is within yourself. You're both very intuitive, very psychic. You listen and you wait, and you go upon what you feel. You're all about feelings, and this is what comes from it. A sense of real stability and prosperity, you know, and you can pat yourself on the back, because a lot of you did this on your own. You know, you love each other, but you know, you had to really stand strong and not give up or rely on outside sources. That's a gorgeous message for you to keep that going, because even within the relationship, you want to have your own identity always, right? Pisces and Libra, love it. Air and water. You know, you two can talk forever, and you do care about justice, and you don't like discord, you don't like confrontation. You know, that right away just kind of really resonates. I know there's such kind consideration for both of you. You know, there's diplomacy with the Libra. They're about fairness and justice and the scales and wanting that balance. And you as a Piscean, you're always striving for that balance. You know, there's the watery, but it's just like different directions, and not, you know, having to deal with all sorts of realities that don't feel good, but also taking in ones that do, and imagining and creating and manifesting, and all the variables that go there. Venus is the ruling planet of Libra, so there's a lot of love, a lot of artistry and creativity and beauty, aesthetics and things like that that come naturally for Libras. And so I feel like you two just really hit it off really well. And you do respect each other, which is super important in all relationships. Your message is the Eight of Cups. I haven't pulled this in a while, but I like it, because what it is it's speaking about the depth of our emotions this year. You know, we're in the last month now, and it's brought on so many different emotions and upsets, and you know, we've had to grieve and are still grieving, and we've had to really be strong and not let it get the best of us, but go deep within ourselves to feel the emotions and be vulnerable. And now we realize, okay, I've done that, and I've done it really, really, really well. And now I just want to love, and I want to be happy, and I want to be joyful, and I want to share that kind of energy with others, and I want to think about my future and continue moving forward, you know, with the trust and the love that, like I said, this beautiful energy of today's solar eclipse can do for you. So yeah, really standing strong. You know, you got that beautiful, there it is, the full moon, which was the partial eclipse in Gemini, and the new moon together. They're going to be in a sequence this next year for the next 12 months. Sagittarius and Gemini. That has a lot to do with how we speak, a lot to do with speaking up, being true to ourselves, you know, thinking really, really in big terms, you know, not no small potato things anymore. Like, what can I do to expand my life on my own, independently? And through this beautiful technology that we have, because that's huge with what's coming up with Aquarian, you know, energy. But yeah, that's a beautiful message for you. You're both feeling the love. You're both, that Piscean energy is strong. Virgo and Pisces, polar opposites. Completely different, and yet very, 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 very complementary and helpful for each other. Virgo is a mutable sign like you, so there's that resonance right there. Virgo is a loving, caring sign as well. They're more grounded, as I say, you know, because they're an earth sign, and they love nature, they love earth, they love the practical things. They have to see it and feel it, and, you know, in order to touch and taste and believe, I guess. What they see is what they believe. You're just the opposite. You believe it and then you see it. Okay, that's how you work, and that's the difference. But you both can really, really help each other with that, One is very grounding, as the Virgo is. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so it's the mind and its expression and its communication and connection. And Virgo is known as the Virgin, so they're all about helping and the authenticity. You love that. You will always be there for each other. And the grounded aspect for Pisces, which again is a very important one. You know, they kind of get off into places that most of us don't. So they love that security and feeling that they have this friend or lover or partner that's going to be there, you know, come hell or high water. And you have the Three of Cups for your message. And that's about celebration, boy. Why not? You know, there's the fullness of heart and love and emotion. And, you know, Virgos are more laid back energy, and they're not necessarily outwardly, like they don't do a lot of PDA necessarily. Some of you do. I mean, you know, it's relative, it's a general reading. But that's all going to the wayside. This is about showing and loving. We can't hug necessarily and do all the other loving things we do, but it comes in so many different forms. And you're celebrating, and just be careful. You don't want to drink too much or do anything that's a little crazy, because you've gotten this far and you're going to continue to keep growing forward. Beautiful energy of happiness and gratitude, I think, is really important. And creativity. Working together and creating some beautiful things. Pisces and Leo. Many times I see this combination. There's that fire and water, boy. There's such an immediate kind of attraction on a physical level. And then it gets deeper, because, you know, there's this passion that you cannot mistake with the Leo, and they are just very heart-centered, and you are just taken in by that, Pisces. And Leo is ruled by the sun, so there's the vibrance and the confidence and the, you know, leadership quality that you absolutely adore. You two are leaders, but, you know, you'll let them take the reins. You'll let them be head of the household, which they are. And you will work it out together, and you will provide for each other, and you will be truthful and loyal to each other, and you will have fun and great passion. And you have the world. So there you have the fixed sign, which is what Leo is, and as well as all four fixed signs. So there's great determination and trust and belief in your capabilities and your creative endeavors. And I'll tell you what, this represents a complete new cycle for many people. That's what's indicative of the eclipses, always. And the end of the year, the new year, all of those coming very much into the forefront for you. I would say moving is very, very prominent for maybe the two of you, or these connections. A lot more people are moving for various reasons. It happens throughout our lifetimes, but more so than ever now. You might be one of those people in the next year or so. Don't be surprised. And know that it's absolutely going to be one of the best things you've ever done together. That's a gorgeous, beautiful message. And know you can do anything you put your minds to, especially with this power together. And Cancer and Pisces, love it, both water. Cancer is, you know, the also very caring, nurturing sign that is ruled by the moon. So, boy, they get the whole idea of the tides and the gravity and how it pulls us towards things and how we feel certain ways, different times of the months. The moods are ever changing. You know, there's great need for being still and within. They're definitely homebodies a lot of times, Cancers. They do very well with that. This year has been easier for a lot of Cancers than a lot of other signs. And, you know, you both just resonate really well together because you have a lot of similarities. And, yeah, nurturing comes into mind. You both want to just completely take care of each other. You consider each other family, and that's important for Cancers, and they need to have that trust. And they do with you. They can always trust you, Pisces. You know, I mean, yes, there's different things having to do with personalities that are nature versus nurture. But as a whole, in a general speaking manner, for the personalities, this is a beautiful, loving, giving relationship. And you will cater to each other and help each other. And you have the Six of Cups. So, yeah, you're both feeling really emotional right now and sentimental, which is hugely a part of who Cancer is as well. You're reminiscing about, you know, past holidays and how this one is quite different. You'll never forget it, but you're willing to let it go now. You're willing to realize that this is changing and it will not last, and I'm okay with that. You're perfectly okay with that. and you're happy. You're happy and you want to continue to be happy because you know you're strong and you can do what it takes, and you both have each other to, you know, lean on and support each other. So this is gorgeous, happy, you know, nostalgic kind of energy. It happens at the end of the year, right? It happens because we're preparing for the new year and what we want to have happen. I did that last year. I will do it every year. Pisces and Gemini. Well, we had the full moon lunar eclipse. You're still going to be feeling the effects. It is about communication with Gemini. They're definitely about expression. They're an air sign. They're in their thoughts, their mind. You know, how can they create? How can they learn? How can they study? How can they teach? How can they, you know, share the knowledge is a big, big thing. They're energetic. They're very changeable as well. They're a duality sign like you. You have a really nice harmonizing energy with the two of you. It works really well, and they're very changeable and fickle at times, and very capable of doing many things at once, spinning many plates, you know, and accomplishing stuff. They're witty and fun, and you love that, and you can talk for days and come up with ideas to, you know, for innovative, you know, I don't know, entrepreneurial endeavors. And yeah, speaking is really, really evident. Written comes to mind. Writing a book together, you know, being an artist and them doing the writing. I'm seeing a collaboration of that sort of thing. And you have the Five of Pentacles. So this is interesting. And as a Libra, it came up in one of my readings recently. This is about our self-worth. You know, Pentacles are, how do we value ourselves? How are you both, have you felt, I should say. I always want to put it in the past. This is something that never has to occur. It can be a very short stint of a feeling, but I have to say that I think many of us, even the most confident, have questioned and dabbled in this energy. But know that we have everything it takes, just like anybody else. Nobody is better than anybody else. It's what we believe about ourselves and then expand to others, that it picks up and then, you know, moves along and so on and so forth, and becomes a conscious energy, you know. So just remind yourself when you're feeling less than, you're right below the lights and the money and the opportunities and the guidance. It's right there. Just look up. Look up into the sky and see the enormity and how we are affected and how we manage to survive and create as we do and have and will continue to until we leave this earth. So yeah, just love each other. That's all I can say with this. This is always the one to remind each other to think positive and to believe in yourself. You are enough. It doesn't matter what you are or are not doing. You are absolutely enough. And a change of perspective, I think, is the Five in this Pentacles too. So you'll have that. You'll have that light from this energy of the new moon. Absolutely. Then we have the Taurus, but then we have Aries and Pisces. And yeah, this is very, very common, and you're right next to each other. The first sign of the zodiac in Aries, the last as in Pisces. You know, you join, you meet, you've waited, it's time, you get each other, you're totally different. You're inspired by each other. You love, once again, the confidence of this fiery energy of Aries. And by the way, Mars has been in Aries for 5.5 months. It'll be there through January 6th. So there's great momentum that's been building and will continue to in any kind of endeavor or love situation. It's passionate and intimate. It's motivating. It's confident. There's a cardinal aspect to this beautiful, you know, Aries, because they represent the season of spring. So I feel a real beautiful energy for forward movement. You know, loving gestures. Aries love to spoil the people they love, and they're determined to make things work and make it right and help others in the process. Your message is the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. And things getting better, you know, fortune coming your way. I know if it hasn't, it will. And that is the reality and the understanding you've always had, Pisces. The time and the cycles of life. From good to not so good and then back to good again. That's where you're headed. This is amazing. This is what this year can really change for a lot of people. And we didn't see it. And we're still going to take some time to recognize it. But it's going to bring out some beautiful, beautiful changes in our lives. And if it hasn't already and you're not aware. stay tuned because it's going to be very, very useful and helpful to us. And positive energy and lucrative, lucky situations will come about. Absolutely love it. What are we doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then we have the Aquarius and Pisces. I did this yesterday. You were actually the featured sign for Aquarius yesterday, Pisces, because Spirit has a lot to say for you right now. And you have a lot that you can share with the world. So if that's what you're doing, keep it going, because it's all a matter of timing. You know, you may not be recognized at first, and then boom, it blows up because you believed, you're persistent, and you have something to give. It comes from a place of love. And so Aquarius is, well, we're entering into Aquarius, so they're pretty happy. They've got Jupiter coming in their sign. And, you know, Saturn, which is, of course, the taskmaster versus the benevolent, beautiful expansion of anything you want and deserve in their sign. They want to help you. They want to be with you. They want to share their well-being. They want to share with the world. They want to come up with new ideas. They're very, you know, they're ruled by Uranus. So they've got great science and medicine and unpredictable surprises that will come out of nowhere, but that will absolutely help us. From the bad comes the good, and that's where we're leaning, and it's air, and it's inventive, and it's amazing. It's thought. It's thought. It's not about the ground anymore. It's all changing, right? It's from grounded energy, earth energy, to air, where we imagine and create and invent things that have never been here before and will continue to for many years going forward, and that will help the world. And that's what they want to do. Aquarians want to help everybody, you know, and they do have their fixed ideas, you know, either you're with them or you're not, but they're going that way regardless, right? You two have a simpatico energy for each other. You get it, and you want to be a part of their team. And you have the Ten of Swords. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love this. This is the new cycle that I've been saying this whole reading. This is the change. This is the air sign. This is the, you've had it. You're just like, you're completely, you were done. You were just, you know, maybe stabbed in the back. You were defeated. You were just at your very, very wit's end when it comes to, you know, the things you've been hearing, the lies and the deceit that's been swirling around, and trying to make sense of all of it, and trying to be fair and just, and trying to take in our real understanding within ourselves, which is where it really, really matters, and where we can get the real answers. And it's been a hell show for a lot of people, but guess what? That's it. You are done. You have completed this. You are not interested in this kind of feeling or energy, and if nothing else happens from this new moon or your intentions, believe and ask for this incredible change of mindset. Please let me laugh again more. Let me believe in the best possible scenario or outcome is what this represents. And like I said, the power of your love and your connection, whatever it is going to just magnify that energy for you. And Capricorn and Pisces. Well, you know, I don't know why I started there, and was I on Capricorn? I don't know anymore, you know, I'm going a little nutty, but I'm pretty sure it was Taurus. So the reality is that Capricorn and Pisces are amazing together as well. Capricorn is a beautiful earth energy of stability and definite desire to succeed and to grow and to amass wealth and material things, you know, and security. And they work so hard, and they will help you, and they will be there for you. And they are ruled by Saturn, so it's always been their aim in life to just be very particular and task-oriented, and, you know, they restrict themselves from a lot of other things just to keep focused. It's an amazing gift. I admire that in Capricorns. Like, I don't even get it. My sun is on the cusp, more or less. He's the 19th. He's a Sagittarius for sure. But he's always, since a very young age, had this ability to just focus so intently on what he wants. And it gets achieved, you know, and then staying with it, not stopping or giving up. So that's the beauty you have with this beautiful connection. And they are a cardinal sign, so yeah, your birthday's coming up, Capricorn. And yeah, it's a gorgeous, beautiful connection of complementary energy. Love, you know, that's unfounded and definitely deep. And you have the Eight of Pentacles. It's always this way when I pick on a earth element, because it's the earth sign. It is you, Capricorn, and you're just building and building your wealth. It's the number 8. It's the biggest, most abundant number in numerology. It's power, it's manifestation. You together, your manifestation powers and gifts, Piscean, in addition to the hard work and the steadfastness of the Capricorn, it's pretty impressive, and it's very, very magical, and it means a lot of positive wealth and growth together. And you had Jupiter in your sign, Capricorn. So whatever happened and what opportunities came along are going to continue to happen for the next 12 years, which is how long it takes for Jupiter to get in your sign. So congratulations on that. Keep it going. Never stop. I know you won't. And just know you're building upon a really wonderful future of stability, wealth, and, well-being, security, permanence. Love that about the earth signs. So those are the messages. And I hope, like I said, you resonate right away. If you don't, just give it some time. And then see how comparable it is to your mid-month readings. You want to come back for that, for sure. And so I'm going to read your oracle messages that I absolutely love. I start with the motivation manifesto messages. This is for all the beautiful Pisceans and your highlighted connection of Taurus today. Knowing that you're going to thrive and grow, and the energies that come for you and forth to you will absolutely stimulate beautiful things in your life. And this message is, this is by Brandon Burchard, and I hadn't heard of him, but I saw it and I went, I love that. I love the whole concept. We do not need to wait for perfect conditions, right? We will find perfection in progress. Let me reread that. We do not need to wait for perfect conditions. We will find perfection in progress. Of course we can, and that's what we're doing. We're continually progressing, right? And it can be at a slower pace than we may want, but the desire and the dream to stand true to your intentions, it's just a matter of that. You will find the perfection in the progress, in the journey, as they say, right? That's gorgeous for you. And I know you understand that very, very well, inwardly and outwardly, Pisceans. So your next card will be the animal medicine, because you love animals. Oh my gosh, you love all walks of life. You probably have a lot right now, and you're taking in all those feral cats and just giving. You know how you do. So let us see what specific message Spirit wants you to know, and what animal guide is in your life, in your energies right now. You have the goat. So I have not read this yet. I love this deck, though. It was a gift to me. Isn't that gorgeous? Well, there's a Capricorn. That was your last connection, which seems pretty amazing. But it's that grounded energy, which we've had so much for so many years. But it's important for you, Pisceans, because, like I said, you can get to a place where you're just like way up here, and people have to just like, come on down, man, come on. Keep yourself grounded, at least to a certain extent, every day, and it's going to help things a lot more for you in your life. Speaking from experience, trust me, I pray